Just trash it.
Totally wicked.
This is great because
recording
now
again.
we'll have a banger intro. Check this out.
Should we clap again?
Unpause. I'm sure
Oh,
you're all at home.
Wait, I had stopped recording.
You're a monster.
What?
Start recording.
I am recording, but I had stopped it.
So
do
you're
we
recording
clap
now?
again?
Yeah, I thought we were
Yes.
starting over. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So everyone's recording.
Yes.
Unpause. You're probably wondering why I said unpause. Well, 16 minutes ago, we started recording the episode, but somebody's little ickle baby computer had to crash, blue screen, and that recording got corrupted. We won't tell you which of the Glens that it was, but it's happened, and now we're restarting. But
Glenn's PC really said, "Hey Glenn, what's the shape of Italy?"
I get it.
So, before we crashed, I said pause, and now I said unpause. But we have to redo the whole intro, though. Okay. Hello.
Welcome
Back.
to
Episode
number
9. Mountains
don't
like
baseball.
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 This is our festive episode.
One of our festive episodes
One of
because it's the
probably
holiday season.
It's the holiday season.
It looks like Wes is just wearing like a snow fox on his head.
Yeah. This is Christian Dior. My dad knows.
Yeah, what's that like that hat that fine ladies be wearing? That's like that puffy like looks like a mint on their head. You know what I'm on about? Like French
Yes.
women.
Age of information, fellas.
Yeah, good luck looking that up.
Yeah.
French women wear this?
Hold on, I have to get out of my. I have very specific tabs on my phone because I like looking at my friends because this is the only time I see them each week,
What? Huh?
and I only have one monitor. It's in 4.
On
Wes, I am confused
Yeah,
as to everything
please.
you just said.
Look,
Explain.
I'll show you. On my
I'm scared.
phone, I have a specific tab for everything I'm ever interested in. So that way, if anything is in the vein, I look it up in that tab. So I've got like a shoes tab, the Denny's Everyday Value Tea tab, the tabs I use for work, shopping tab for Coach gloves,
this is
redacted,
crazy.
Fallout 4 wiki tabs. There's 2 of those, one for quests and
Wait.
one for items.
Wait.
The
Do you
Duolingo-
have 100 tabs up on your computer as well?
No, not my computer. Just on my phone. So I can get rid of this one. But, yeah,
You
let me
are
look it up.
so different.
And I have one miscellaneous tab.
You are built unique, brother. Oh,
Built unique.
that's
Yeah, that's insane. I have like 3 tabs open, and it's stuff that like if I get rid of, I will forget exist.
I have no tabs open on any device ever. Like only if I'm literally actively using it will it be open, but the moment that it is no longer serving me, into the void.
So, I have figured out the name of the hat.
Yeah, please, what is it?
Cossack. Look, this model is low-key really pretty. Hold on, let me...
Flash
Dude, it was just a completely white screen with like a little bit of a face in it. Yeah.
For our
dude.
audio listeners, this person,
It's a Cossack,
this model
look
is
it up.
pretty.
And she looks like a Buckingham Palace guard. She's got on one of the little hats.
Dude, can we go to... When I go to England, I'm gonna fuck... I'm gonna...
You just made sounds.
You know,
That's your-
because the World Cup's been going on, and you know, there's that meme of, "Come on, England, score some fucking goals!"
I'm
Yeah.
so certain you just made up this meme.
No, I've heard of that.
Oh,
Yeah, see?
okay.
66%.
Yeah, that's because Glenn, the only thing on your fucking TikTok For You page is Overwatch and fucking concrete.
What else?
This guy loves Overwatch and concrete.
Bro, I'm a 2-track minded individual.
Those are some interesting tracks.
An inch wide and a mile deep.
Oh, okay. Wait, this is actually a hot topic. I am not an enjoyer of the show Friends. And
I'm
not
not either.
only am I not an enjoyer of the show Friends, I do watch it. But not episodes.
Uh-huh.
I watch YouTube shorts that come across. Currently,
So, how many clips of Friends have you seen?
okay, I've actually seen a bunch. Like, a lot.
Okay.
And it's always like, I hate it so much. It's always like, it'll start a scene, and then the line will basically tell you who is gonna be, like, the scene's gonna be about. And it's usually gonna be like, Chandler was wild for this one. Icy cold, crying, laughing emoji. And it's like, shut up! I hate it. None of that matters. That's just how people structure YouTube Shorts, which is mostly cringe. Important part. I watch a lot of scenes from Friends. I cannot stand Chandler. That dude is so unfunny. It's unbearable. I literally every single line that he has, it's like, he just says it in such an awful way, and then it's just not funny. I can't.
And yet
I
you
cannot
can't
stand
stop watching clips of him. That's crazy.
Dude, no, literally every time that it comes up with his name, I immediately swipe it past. Anybody else?
Can't stop.
I will watch anybody else on Friends. They're all fine. I don't know what are people's usual least favorite person.
Definitely Ross.
That's so funny that you said that because he is my favorite.
You know what's
That's
funny?
very telling.
I don't know who any of those people are.
Yeah,
'Cause what year is it? And what year did Friends come out? Consume new content.
No.
well, yeah.
Yes. Consume
won't-
contemporary content.
I don't intend to watch the show, but they don't put clips of new shows on there. So far, there's clips of like the Modern Family reboot. I've seen
There's a
so
reboot?
much. Yeah,
What?
I'm pretty sure. I guess I should.
I
Probably
mean,
double-check
I
this at any
believe
point.
you. I just, damn.
I'm pretty
Oh, speaking
sure.
of believing, the last episode when you said Walmart, and I was like, damn, you said Walmart. I have no way to structure this.
What?
What the
are you
fuck
talking
are you
about?
talking about?
You were talking about a previous job, and you're like, yeah, Walmart. And like 5 minutes later, you were like, yeah. And I was like, Cameron was like, yeah, that was like 6 years ago, right? I was like, no, it was Walmart. It was like last year. He was like, not Walmart. I didn't say Walmart. It was the movie theater. I was like, I like that. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
I'm
I had
so
to take a
confused.
tangent.
Don't worry about it.
I've got
Don't
no
worry about
idea
it.
what's going on over there.
Wonderful.
I think I was wrong. I think it wasn't a
It's
reboot.
huge coming
Wait,
from Cameron.
wait. Has he finally admitted it?
Shut
No
up.
way. Live as well.
I've been saying Modern
In front
Family
of a
reboot.
studio audience.
I thought it was just Modern
Oh,
Family.
It is just Modern Family. Well, no, I know the name doesn't have reboot in it. I thought that there was an older show called Modern Family. That was
Full
like,
House is what you're thinking of.
Probably.
It might be. Wait, is it the?
Or-
That would be crazy if it was.
It's like so very different.
Okay. Well, anyway, I see tons of clips of Modern Family.
Uh-huh.
I I was gonna watch it because it was like, you know what? I've seen so many clips of the show. I do like it. I think all the characters are funny. And I went on to Hulu to watch it, and then I rewatched The Bear. I love The
Oh.
Bear.
Wait.
Is that
the
that cooking
what?
show?
The Bear. It's the cooking show.
Yes. Where he makes like the spaghetti that went crazy on the internet, right?
What?
The way he makes spaghetti, it's like
Mm.
super popular for a bit.
Oh.
Oh,
Like, the kids call it going viral.
he. First of all, he like didn't make spaghetti. Oh, okay. So this is a show called The Bear. it's about a guy who worked at the French Laundry, like one of the greatest restaurants in the world, which is a real restaurant, but he's actually a fictional character.
Oh, you told.
Yeah. Sorry, Wes just stun-locked me and Glenn with a sentence that I'm not gonna say.
I'm also not gonna say.
But not right now.
You don't have to. Cause
I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
Oh my
well,
god, Jesus Christ! This has been the most jarring episode we've ever recorded.
yeah. Wow.
Show called The Bear.
Right, this show called
Guy
The Bear.
works at the French place with lots of money.
Worked at the French
Worked.
Laundry because his brother was an alcoholic and drug abuser, and
Oh, I remember
It
you telling me
sounds
about
just
this.
like me in the past.
your interjections have been very not helpful.
That's tough. They're
Not me
entertaining.
this time, baby. Let's go.
Just all of them. You know that device that they put on a railroad track that derails the train?
Yeah, I believe they call it a derailer.
Yeah, they do call it that.
Okay, become the derailant. Continue, Cameron.
The bear. So anyway, so his brother
Cameron's bear.
is dead and all that, and his brother owned a deli called the Original Beef of Chicago, and it's just like this mom and pop type place, real worn down, but everybody that works there is like family and all that.
So it's like, is it like one of those shithole places, but the
Yes.
food is fucking rules?
Yes, it is absolutely that. But then this guy, Carmy, who worked at the French Laundry, he then comes in to take over his brother's deli, and it's a total shit show, but he's like doing everything he can to make it better. It is a phenomenal show. Everybody who has worked in service industry should watch it because it's like it is the most accurate as far as service industry shows go, and everybody else just watch it because it's cool.
Garcon.
No way.
Seems to be some asshole in my soup.
Yeah,
You get
but
that reference? You fucking rock.
if you get that reference, you were pivoting from a really great TV show to the bottom of the barrel scum of the internet that I love, that I absolutely live for. It absolutely is. Anyway, The Bear's great. I didn't watch Modern Family, and fuck Chandler from Friends.
Yeah, you
Dude,
should
this
watch
is
Modern
funny
Family.
because out of nowhere, like 2 days ago, Cameron texted me while I'm at work and is like, "Is it a hot take to say I hate Chandler from Friends?" I was like, "I mean, yeah, kind of." Because like I myself, I haven't watched Friends in a long time, but it's like that's one of those shows that like as I was going from youth to adult, I was like watching with my family and stuff, and it was a good time. I enjoyed it, and so it's like Chandler's like probably the most beloved character on the show because he's got like the sarcasm. He's like a little funny guy, whatever. And so Cameron sends me that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, kind of a hot take. And he was like, he fucking sucks. And I'm saying this after watching one clip of him, and I just left it at you would.
I said, he doesn't have an ounce of comedy in his body.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the problem. Chandler is the character that taught millions of Americans that sarcasm is funny, even if the thing you are saying is not funny, which is bad and is part of the reason why a bunch of people have dog shit comedy. Because they think that being sarcastic and an asshole is just funny. It's not.
I prefer gaslighting myself.
I don't know what that is. No one knows what that is.
Oh,
You're
you're
the
right.
only
My
one
friends
who
did
knows
tell
what
me
that
about
is.
that word. Yeah, you're right. It is a long word.
Your friends are
Yeah.
weird. You're weird.
Pretty weird
I'm
shit,
actually
if you
not
ask me.
gaslighting you. I'm just insulting you.
You fucking suck, all right? You eat shit. You eat poo-poo on the weekend.
And your hat's too small.
And your So anyway, to sum up, Cameron would make a judgment on a character after watching 30-second clips of him.
Yeah, he's terrible though. Wes,
Yeah.
are you were staring into the void?
Sorry.
That, to be honest,
Let me write down the
sentence.
timestamp.
That is the sentence. That is
You
the
wanna see
sentence
spin
that
from it?
Cameron and I read, and we both had to pause and read and just like tilt our heads for a
And you
second.
won't
No,
know
like-
what it is because we will bleep out probably the latter half of that.
I don't think you have to.
Hold on, Phil, for a moment, would you? I have to open my door like Mr. Rogers.
You can walk that far with his headset on?
I'm so hopeful his OBS picked that up. If it didn't,
I'm
for
gonna be
any listener,
apocalyptically crossed.
Can't do it.
for
I did not
any
succeed.
listeners, Cameron just walked across his room with his wired headset on, and Wes was like, "Wow, I wonder if Cameron can actually walk across his room with his headset still on." We're
I didn't take my headset off, so all of that sound should have made it through.
God, I hope so.
My door is almost exactly the length of my headset cable minus
A little bit.
3 feet.
Like wingspan, right? So you could get it.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like here, my arm could not get to the door.
Damn.
My foot, however, could get to the
no,
door.
dude. Fucking Cameron, for those who don't know, Cameron is literally orangutan. He opposable toes, fucking
This
Opposable
man's got
toes.
he
this
can
man's
just
got more
grasp.
the Herculean toe grip.
Fuck- Fucking Hercules does not stand a chance with Cameron's fucking foot strength. Cameron could probably pick up fucking dumbbells off the ground with his fucking feet. He
This
can
man
literally give
used
you
to
titty
open-
twisters with his feet.
He has actually to us.
Yes.
This man has. I've watched him open his oven with his feet.
Oh man. Yeah,
You
probably
really
would've done
waste no time throwing them bricks around. You have surprising dexterity for the
Them fucking-
thickness of them hoes.
Yeah, you got the fucking stompers, boy.
Bro, you got the fucking floor swiffers max.
Fucking
God, I wish you'd put the grippers away
it.
once in a while.
2 full minutes of you two talking about my feet.
Can we make them 2 more?
well, my feet
No.
are fucked up too.
Oh, really? What about your feet?
Damn, that's crazy.
Describe your feet in one word.
Left.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So I've literally like worked shitty jobs where I have to walk a lot, basically my whole life.
Yeah.
So the bottom of my feet is all callous. So I like right now I'm picking off dead skin because I don't know why something in my feeble little monkey smooth chicken breast brain just really likes because I can't feel it at all. Like
Right, yeah.
I have no feeling in my feet. What a Floridian thing to say.
Are there people who don't have calloused feet?
Yeah.
Are there people who want to listen to this topic?
Well, no, but
I mean, I
damn.
have pretty calloused feet as well, and that's just from like my entire childhood. I went barefoot because my poor little fucking stimmy little brain can't. Like, I would get sensory overload from wearing socks and shoes as a kid, which thankfully has worn down. But yeah, that's why I went barefoot my whole life, so my feet be hella calloused.
pause. I have a plate of food outside my door, and I want to eat it before it gets cold.
All right, I'll go piss. Goodbye.
What the fuck?
Unpause!
Cameron, I got a question. You shouldn't have unpaused.
What's your question? Unpause.
So, who's editing this? You?
Caleb.
Oh, so he's gonna see raw footage of my ass.
Yeah. The
He'll
last
probably like it.
unpause was a fake unpause, so this should not be in.
Or should it?
No. All right.
Homo erectus is back. And he's actually erect.
Perfect. Get all that out of your system so we can unpause.
Penis, 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 poo poo. Alright.
All right. This is the real one, Caleb. Ignore the last one.
See, I'm just so excited to see you fucking freaks.
I'm excited to be on. I think this is we shape it. It could be a fun day. You know, we could do some stuff.
Yeah, do you guys want to do some stuff?
Yeah. What stuff you want to do?
What stuff?
Perfect. And we'll do it on the pod. Reveal. No, okay.
Y'all mind if I whip this out?
Okay. So I've talked about the swap shop at my office before, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And recently, somebody put something on the swap shop that I really, really wanted.
What is that?
It was a stocking, like a Christmas stocking. On it, actually a really well made picture of a cardinal, the red bird. And
Not a
the
direction.
name,
They're not all red though.
the name was Brantley in cursive. And I desired that stocking.
Wait,
so
how is it
much.
spelled? Was it like BRANTLEI?
ANTLEI?
No. LEIGHEY.
No, it was spelled the normal way. But the reason I wanted this so bad is because I thought a cardinal stocking would be not a bad thing to send to James. I think that'd be funny. But the fact that it said Brantley on it. I just thought James gets in the mail a Cardinal stocking that says Brantley, and the comedic value of that was like through the roof.
Oh my god, that is wonderful.
And in the email, the person was like, "It's free. Just message me and you can have it."
Bro.
I emailed her back within 30 seconds, and they responded, "It's taken."
Damn.
Who?
That's crazy.
Who wanted it so
Bro,
bad that they
fucking
beat me out on it?
John Brantley, Cardinals' #1 fan, was lying in wait for that to come out.
He was like,
Also,
"No way! It's perfect."
I don't think we've talked about James on the podcast before, but he's our friend. He likes the Cardinals.
Our good pal James.
Well, we love that man to death. We all
love
should
that
go
man.
visit him. Just because
I would
I
love
want
to
to
go
to.
Yeah.
this. We have to bleep that one
Oh,
out
yeah.
because James is private and he will not be happy about
Yeah,
us.
no, you're right.
We don't know his
Caleb.
address, though.
Get to
All
work.
right, buddy.
So we will have to.
Go
I would
visit
love to go to
James.
the city he lives
Yes.
in to visit James.
Yeah. He lives in Saskatchewan.
Trust us.
Trust. Don't trust us.
Yeah.
Listen to someone else.
Just don't.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
No one else will love you like we do.
It's true.
I do. That's so funny. It's so awful, but
Yeah.
so funny. Man, oh man.
Yeah, my hamster died 2 nights ago.
What?
No, BT.
Yeah, Barnaby Teddy.
What happened?
Barnaby Theodore is dead.
Wes kicked him too hard.
No. So we don't know how he died. It's just that sad case of like, we both work and then we come home, we take the hamster out and the hamster didn't move.
That sucks.
So fly high BT, we went and buried him at a nature preserve, which we're not allowed to do. But I was like, we're not going to be one of those. I think it's so foul to like, if you had a pet and you really love that pet, how the fuck are you just going to throw it in a dumpster? That's fucked
Yeah,
up.
no, that is
Yeah,
wild.
I mean, I feel like anybody would bury their pet.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah. Well, some people, like, you flush fish and then people will literally just throw hamsters in the trash.
It is
But-
so easy to walk outside with a trowel and just.
Well, so let me explain the adventure of burying BT. So we put him in a shoebox and, we filled it with his bedding and stuff and we put him in there. It looks like he died peacefully because he was just kind of curled up in a little ball. His eyes were closed and it looks like he was sleeping. But, so first we're like, I basically told Piper because Piper wanted BT in the first place. And I was like, it's really up to you, but I'm not throwing him away. I think that's like really disrespectful to a creature that shows you love and that you look at.
Yeah.
So she was like, yeah. And she was like, well, where do we bury him? I gave her some suggestions. So we took it to our local nature preserve, right? We didn't take him there first because first we're like, shit, we don't have anything to dig with. So we're either going to bring like a fucking spoon, like we're trying to break out of jail, or we can go buy a trowel. So we're like, okay, let's go to Walmart. Walmart didn't have trowels. Piper didn't also want to steal it because it was right by the door of the garden center. So we literally could have just walked out.
Wait a minute.
But,
Pause.
hmm,
You said two conflicting things just now.
what do you
Because
mean?
you opened with Walmart didn't have trowels.
But we
and
don't
closed
want to
with,
steal it.
But we don't want to steal the
Oh,
trowel.
sorry. So it wasn't a trowel. It was a that little, one of these.
Yes.
Oh,
So that's what we bought.
cultivator.
Yeah, sure. Because I was like, I'm not driving like the extra 10 minutes to Lowe's at 7 o'clock at night in 30-degree weather.
That's so funny.
So we get out there. It's pitch fucking dark. She's terrified. So we try to find a spot to bury BT. So I start digging in like this little clearing that's like off the beaten path, off the path. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Literally the most foul terrain to dig in. Roots, rocks, etc.
Especially with a 3-pronged cultivator.
Yeah, the tool that is not right for digging at all. So I was like, we're going to be here digging for like an hour. So fuck this, let's go find somewhere better to dig. So we basically just walked around for like 30 minutes, couldn't find a place. And we're like, fuck it, we're going back to the original place. And we're just going to like put him there and then build a bunch of fucking rocks and make like a tomb. And that's so, because I was under the impression she wanted to bury him in the shoebox. And she was like, yeah, no. So we took him out of the shoebox, laid him in the hole we made, covered it up, and then I collected a bunch of rocks, and we stacked the rocks on top, and put a little itty bitty BT sized rock on top, and then there was I don't know what type of tree it is, but the leaves literally look like hearts, which was really cute, and then we put that on that as well, and that is his tomb. And I told her that, like, she was like, can't we just leave him buried? And I was like, no, because if we don't put rocks or some shit on top of it, some fox or raccoon is gonna come dig up BT and eat him.
So okay, but so BT was underground.
Yes.
Okay. The the moment you introed this thought, I thought it was a shoebox sitting on top of the earth with a bunch of rocks on it.
That was my idea on how she wanted it done, because I was like, we can be here digging for an hour, or we can, take him out of the fucking shoebox, which would be better. She was like, yeah, I did not know she wanted to take him out of the shoebox, but she was like, yeah, let's do it. So yeah, we can, if you guys come, we can go visit BT's grave.
We'll
it's
have
actually,
like a memorial.
yeah, because we said some words, had a little ceremony for Barnaby Ted.
The throat goat.
Not good. Actually, yeah, the throat goat. Yeah, the throat goat, acrobat, and the only rodent I've ever seen that wasn't scared of a cat.
Yeah.
So
Rip BT.
Shout outs.
yeah, but anyway, so I go into work. So we actually just kept him in our house because we couldn't go that night, and I had to go to work. So I go to work the morning after the night he died.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I kind of had a rough night. Like, my hamster died, had a rough morning, and then my boss basically goes, sorry, man, Trevor's mom just died.
If that doesn't put things into perspective a little bit, I don't know.
I literally laughed out loud because it was just, oh, man, my hamster died. Oh, that's tough. This person's mom just
Jesus
died.
Christ.
That was just like,
unfortunate.
He's won the pissing contest.
he showed up to work. He showed up to
Showed
work.
up to work.
That's insane.
Yeah, because
He's insane.
I don't think so. I totally agree with his logic. He was like, if I'm at home, what the fuck am I gonna do except sit there and cry
I mean, that's true.
and like dwell on it? He was like, I need to like put my work through it, basically, which I totally understand. But
Yeah,
huge respect to
alright.
him for doing that. My mom's died. I don't even know. It's a bridge. You never want to bury somebody
Yeah.
or someone.
Right. It's a somber.
Yeah, but it's
somber
okay.
note.
It was pretty funny in context. You
should tell Trevor
support
that.
to him.
Oof.
I'll report
Dude.
it.
Don't tell Trevor that.
Trevor.
Trevor, I'm sorry, man.
So sorry, dude.
That sucks.
Okay.
Rip BT.
The dude's a beast.
Are you guys gonna
Rip
get
BT.
another hamster or something, or are you just gonna let it be?
We well, she took the whole cage down and like put it up.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, not for a while. I think she wants to mourn because she's also like in finals week.
Mm,
She's just
yeah.
had like a real
Two things to mourn.
Shitty, like a real shitty week. So I think she's just gonna like think on it for a second. Also, I know that she had like a lot of regret because like we definitely could have let him could have taken better care of him. Because like basically a hamster lives in jail until you elect to give them their yard time, and then you put them back in jail.
Right.
So I think she's really kind of like, yeah, hamsters are cute and they're fun, but it's not really fair to the hamster.
Yeah.
So I don't know where her head's at. I'm gonna let her like.
I mean, that's definitely the way
I
to
have a
play that.
question. Do hamsters exist in the wild?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where
Dude,
and
hamsters? Like prairies and shit like that, and they are the craziest little fucking hamsters. Can run up to like 15 miles in a night.
How? Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say 15 miles per hour, and I was
Jesus.
going to scream.
No.
Absolutely not.
But they are nocturnal creatures. So
Okay.
A hamster is
they,
Usain
like-
Bolt's mentor.
Yeah.
yeah, they do like to run. They're
That's
very
crazy.
they're really funny fucking creatures, to be honest.
Yeah. I can't imagine a creature that small and slow and scrumptious surviving in the wild.
Hamsters are not slow.
Dude, they just seem like they're slow. They're
Try
probably
to-
fast compared to a human, because humans are bad at catching stuff like that. But like, a wolf.
Or a hawk.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, a hawk. Oh, dude, especially a hawk. That's probably the number one predator of hamsters, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
And any rodent.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you find like whole rodent skulls and owl shit, so. Eating owl guano. Who
Yep.
made that word? You don't know about no guano?
I know that it's not from owls.
It is from anything. Anything that shits can have a guano.
I mean,
Cameron's looking up guano.
I'm looking up another topic. Getting us away from this. We need to settle into something nice.
Like what?
This is the festive episode, and we have not done anything positive.
well, all of my
Oh,
Christmas
well, here.
gifts except yours have come in, Cameron.
I'll pick
They're all sitting right there.
nice.
There we go. Over there.
Oh,
Also, I got a free rug because one of my friends didn't want it anymore. Was like, before I give it away, you want it? I was like, yes. Rugs are expensive, and that's also over
How
there.
big is the rug?
That big.
use your fucking
That
words.
big.
It's a visual bit.
That's like
It's-
6 feet tall,
It's like
6 feet long.
However long
it's rolled
this
up.
big ass wingspan.
Dude, Clinton's got an ape index of 10.
How'd you know? They put that on my birth certificate.
Dude, when Glenn
X.
reaches down, he can touch the floor and the ceiling at the same time.
Glenn can probably
It's
reach
actually-
all the way down to China.
Me when I reached
Whoa!
down to China.
I'm in China.
God.
I could talk about my my experience at Topgolf with my office.
Yeah, sure. Did
That
you
was
say
fun.
you schooled your CEO?
Yeah, so my CEO is very like type A, antagonistic, not nice, like rich asshole. Like
Damn!
no, like, and he'll tell you that to your face.
Okay, sure.
So he is very like cocky and like competitive, and I hit the fucking ball farther than he did.
What further?
And- Because that was all it. That's at Topgolf. That's the only thing I give a shit about.
Oh, like a driving range. I was imagining mini golf.
Oh,
Do you not know what
Topgolf
Topgolf
rules.
is?
Yeah, you're talking about driving range.
Well,
Yeah.
it's so that you can. So basically, it's like they have a bunch of different holes that are like lit up,
Yeah,
and they're different points.
It's just a really nice driving range.
right.
Yeah, with a bar.
A
So
bar.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean a bar?
yeah, so like
Oh,
there's
like drinks. Yeah.
Topgolf
yeah,
rules.
and like a waitress will come to your table and be like, "Hey, do you guys want food?" And then you can order like bar food.
Okay.
And so basically, what they wanted this to be was like a fun little networking event to get to talk to people from, because we had another office that's in the same business as us show up, and we're like really close to this office. So before the other office showed up, I was already like 3 Jamesons in. So I was like, and one of them was like, "You need to go talk to this person." I was like, "Drew, that is not fucking happening right now. Why didn't you tell me they were coming before you bought me a drink?" Like, what's your fucking problem? So I'm having a great time. Everybody's having a great time.
Yeah.
But we saw this was on a Thursday night, which is a really odd night to do, like a team night. But
Yeah.
so the other office leaves, and I'm looking for my jacket. It's my very nice. Well, it's not very nice. I got it at Goodwill, but it looks very nice.
Mhm.
And it's just like very long, kind of like pea coat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I cannot find one of my most treasured jackets, coats anywhere. And I'm really starting to worry. And I asked, there's like 2 people left from the other office, and there's like still some people mingling around. I was like, "Hey, did you guys see what happened to like this black jacket? It's like really long." And they were like, "Oh yeah, our CEO took it."
Hmm?
Because she thought it was like somebody else's.
Oh, like she took it like oh, so and so left it behind. I'll bring it for him.
Right.
Not like, ooh, this looks
So-
nice.
Yeah.
So you know that stage of inebriation that is kind of like, if it were a needle, it's just past tipsy and starting to touch drunk. That's where I'm at. And I had to run down like 2 flights of stairs in this state, sprint out the front door of Topgolf into the parking lot,
Hop
in
in a
just
car.
my shirt.
Drive.
No, yeah. Well, okay, more on that later. But
Oh.
so Relax.
On this episode, Wes incriminates himself.
No. So I sprint out. They called her while I was sprinting, and she gave me back my jacket.
She probably
But
shit
anyway,
herself.
do you know how awkward it is talking to somebody who makes like significantly more money than you and be like, hey, can you give me back my fucking jacket?
I feel like that's one of
When
those
you're
things where it's like,
yeah.
hey, that's my jacket.
Yeah.
You just have to have a good humor about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could like run out there and be like, thief!
Why did you do
And then
why-
beat him up.
I was like, I'm surprised you touched this. I got it from Goodwill.
That's the way to say it.
So, was that CEO, is that the same one you're talking about? Or a different
No,
one?
that's not my boss. That's
Okay. Well, how is that
boss is
CEO?
different. She's cool. I like her. I've
Nice.
spoken with her a couple times.
She stole your
Talked to her about
shit.
some stuff.
Can't be
She
that
did, and I'm never gonna let that go. When I see her again. I'm gonna take her jacket this time, actually.
cool. Yes. Retaliation. Make
No,
her
but
sprint.
she. Oh my God, she like you can just tell that these people have like. They do not give a fuck where they are because she literally had her feet like boots, like pink Doc Martin boots, up on the fucking table that people were eating off of.
That's
What?
gross.
Like she was dead ass, just like
That's
and
insane.
like and talking to people, and I was like, damn. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that clip of Arnold Schwarzenegger where he's like, I'm a stud. I can smoke my stogie anywhere. I don't ask permission to smoke my stogie like a little wussy like you. Continuing my story about Topgolf.
Right.
We got
Bring it
sidetracked.
back before that part.
Right, yeah.
Please.
So I'm just out in the parking lot talking to our office's HR person who is a very openly gay man. So first off, I did not realize. Okay, so I walk out and I was like, yeah, this is what I drive. It's a piece of shit. And then I look at the car next to mine and I go, I don't know what the fuck that is. And he goes, it's mine. And that was really fucking funny.
What was the car?
And we both.
Yeah.
It was like a Nissan Altima with like no hubcaps and the back bumper like bungee corded on. And
I see.
but it's okay. I drive a piece of shit too, and we laughed about it, and he wasn't upset. And I was just talking to him about like his experience and asking him for advice and stuff. His name, you know what? Don't worry about it. But he's really great. I really like him a lot.
See, I thought you were gonna go the route
He's-
of like it's like an like he's getting defensive over
No.
his Miata or something like that.
No,
Yeah.
no. But I was talking to him. He invited me to his wind down nights,
Yo.
which I'm very excited for.
Dude, I gotta get invited to something like that.
Be better.
Well, like he said, you'll have to come sometime. So it's like a half invitation. Like he's definitely got to run it by the other people who go to wind down.
Right,
night.
right.
But anyway, I was just talking to him. This like really mean security guard was like, "Y'all need to leave," and so we were like, "Okay," and then we just kept talking for like another 30 minutes, and then she really got pissed off, and we did leave. So we're both sitting at this red light. And it's like one of those fucked up intersections where like, you know, this is your road, but the other road is like that.
Yeah.
So the traffic lights for this road are like facing your road a little bit, so you don't really like, you're like, what the fuck at first? So one of them, like there's like nobody on the road. It's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like nobody on the road, and we're just like, we just go. So we both ran the red light, which I was appreciative for, because then who's the cop going to pull over? I now have a 50% more chance
Yeah.
of not talking to a
But
cop.
what about two cops?
Uh-oh. Then what?
Two
You
cops,
get
one
pulled over
car.
twice.
I would like to exercise my right to remain silent, please. But
So anyway,
so
the crime you committed.
yeah, no, it's a thing in Texas. I promise
Yeah.
you.
Crime.
Doesn't make it not a crime.
We
No.
should legalize crime.
All right,
Just because everybody collectively commits a crime does not
what's
make
worse, running a red light or the shit you say? Anyway, no, but seriously, in the state in which we reside, which has never been mentioned before on this podcast,
Also, not 15 seconds
it's
ago.
dead ass just a thing. If you sit at like a traffic light for no joke about 30 minutes, you will probably watch about 5 people run it.
Okay, okay. So this is a thing everywhere, right? Because in Mississippi, it's the same thing. They call
Oh,
it
is it?
Mississippi 2 because whenever you're sitting at a stoplight, as soon as it turns red, there's about 2 more seconds in which people will go.
Well, that's just a thing everywhere, right? They
That's
teach you
the
that in
argument
driving
People
being
school.
people
made.
always be running red lights, but you also do be getting pulled over if a cop is there. Like
But
that just happens.
if a bear
It's
shits in the
crime.
woods, does it stink? You know?
Yes, philosophers are
No.
so fucking dumb. That one guy that was like,
Diogenes.
if a tree falls in the wood, but nobody's around to observe it, it actually doesn't make a sound because the observable and real universe and all this stuff garbage.
Yeah.
No, it makes a sound because it does. Shut up, you're stupid.
Yeah,
Science
but
is bullshit.
nobody heard it. You like quantum shit. That's what
Yeah,
it
and
is.
in one reality it exists, and the other one it also exists because it exists. Eat
But
shit,
you don't know
John
that because you
Quantum.
can't observe both realities.
Every tree that has ever been observed has made a sound. That's good enough for me.
Prove it.
Whatever.
I don't have to prove it. I,
No, you do.
no,
Show
absolutely.
me your
not.
work.
I disagree. If a
66%.
tree falls in the woods, it
I
makes
agree.
a sound. It just does. Philosophy be damned.
I like you, man. You think a lot.
You be thinking once in a while, and I appreciate that.
I'm the thinker.
Holy shit. That guy looks like
That's
he
me.
thinks.
Cameron just rizzed us all up.
I
I
hate that word.
hate
I
that
hate
word.
it too. It's so
I hate it.
awful.
I am so
I
sick of watching
love it.
Teen Titans, and they're like, Beast Boy got the Riz. Shut up!
Bro,
I hate
he
it.
hates
I hate it
Chandler
so
I love it.
Friends. He hates Chandler Friends, and he hates Beast Boy the Rizzler.
Damn.
Dude, this is the episode where I hate stuff. I can't stand
Yeah,
it.
no, it's an awful
Tell
word.
me why. Wes, are you a
What?
Riz enjoyer?
I just think it's funny because it's so fucking dumb.
Dude, there's a thing that's been going on TikTok where it's like people that are hating on the word Riz. And it's like there's a scene from one of the earlier God of War games where he's like trying to pull someone, like save someone from like being sucked into whatever. And Zeus is over there. And he's like, drops the woman and goes sprinting at Zeus. And it's like me when I hear someone say, boy, he's the Rizzler.
Dude, I saw that same clip, but the caption was way more fucked up. The
Here we
caption said, "My boy," when he's rizzing up the Jewish girl, and I call him Adolf Ritzler.
Jesus Christ.
So if people can post that shit on TikTok,
I think
We're
I
fine.
have to edit this episode of the podcast because it is just non-stop. We have to bleep out that entire sentence moment.
Speaking of words we hate, though, I hate the words Friendsgiving. I hate that word so fucking much. So it's like
This should not be the
the,
festive
the
episode.
concept
yeah.
that we're the fucking Ebenezing on our Scrooges. Or whatever was said.
The Evan on my knees are till I
Ebenezing on
screwed,
Scrooges.
boy.
Anyway, the concept of Friendsgiving is obviously wonderful and it's amazing and it's like found family, like that kind of shit. Love it. I hate the word Friendsgiving. You just throw a word in front of the word giving.
It doesn't make
Podcast
any
giving.
sense.
It does make sense though.
No.
Bad.
No, it does
Bad.
not. Thanksgiving, as in giving thanks.
No.
Friendsgiving, as in
Listen.
giving friends sloppy toppy.
You know what? I'll refrain.
66%, you're wrong.
Oh, you're not even gonna argue?
Wink at you.
Don't. Not again.
What do we have to do to make sure that happens?
Riz me up.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so fuck the word Rizzler. Fuck the word Friendsgiving. And also,
Yeah, what else you
fuck
got?
being festive. Not kidding.
Yeah. You're just a fucking Grinch.
I'm about to
dude.
unlock.
Yeah, how about you
Yeah,
lock
you'll never
in
get it
your
back on.
hairline?
Take it off. So in our office, it's like a thing, to decorate your office. They have a door decorating competition. They have a door decorating competition and a tree decorating competition. And I've got like some decorations on my door, and I've got a tree set up. None of them are particularly creative, so I don't think that either one of them would win anything. But just for the spirit of it, right? My father, he and his his office is like at the end of a hallway, and he's got like a couple of other people like right there on the hallway, and so all of them are doing a village scene, like a collaborative effort, and it's so sick.
I want
'Cause,
to be
like,
baby Jesus.
you can be baby Jesus, Glenn. You can be the
Yeah.
manger.
Here, I got it.
Shit. Yeah.
I ripped
Come
my
here,
headphones out of my
Papa.
computer. One moment.
The baby
I'm
Jesus.
being the manger.
Right.
No.
So anyway, a bunch of things that wouldn't exist in a village scene.
Right.
So my dad is gonna be the bakery, and so I helped him mock up a
Because he
design
makes all the
for him.
bread.
Yeah, because he'd be making bread. That's true. And so what he's got is there's like his door is here, and then where his door goes like over here, all of this is just big blank wall. And so he's got like a big piece of paper lined up that I drew up a design for him for like a bakery storefront, and he's gonna take that and just slap it up on the wall. And then on the inside, obviously he's got just a whole bunch of Christmas decorations and stuff. But mom is gonna bake bakery goods that will be there, and he's gonna get like cookie spray, so like he'll spray it and like he'll smell like fresh baked cookies and all that kind of stuff. It is super sick. I actually really can't wait because everybody is something. Like one of the other guys, he's a Christmas brewery, and he's actually a guy that brews beer, which is super cool.
That's scary.
Yeah. There's also like a candy shop, toy shop, stuff like that. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean
Because-
that's scary?
Okay. So, my mother's former father, he's not dead, he just disowned her,
Oh, right.
used to brew beer. And according to my father, an alcoholic, former alcoholic man, let's give him credit, because he's been on the wagon for a hot minute. So, fucking love my
Congrats.
dad. My dad's really cool.
Fall-
Anyways,
Can I just
So-
say, I literally never know what emotion to feel because I don't know what the
I
next words
do
out of your
get
mouth.
whiplash
Exactly.
every half second listening to you.
Yeah. And when you play Quick Blast with me,
You have a quarter of a
Exactly
track
right.
mind.
Anyway,
Dude.
so you're
if you put a quarter into my mind and swing
Finish
it
the
will hang, you might
thought.
get a gumball.
Jesus Christ.
formerly alcoholic.
Yeah, Father. Obviously, I will take his word on what is good beer and what isn't, because I didn't drink beer at the time. Still don't really drink beer now. But
Okay.
he was basically like, he looked at me like we were in the car driving back from that person's house one day, and my dad was just like, yeah, that was the nastiest shit I've ever put in my mouth in the whole world.
And so that makes someone
So-
else brewing beer scary?
I'm just saying you should be weary. That's
Weary,
all I'm
not
saying.
wary.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I've-
I'm so
I've had his beer
tired.
before.
This guy over there's brewing beer.
Yeah, I'm tired of you, Glenn.
So
And I'm tired of the Christmas spirit. Rips off hat again. No, so this guy, he's pretty good at brewing beer. I've had his beer before, and I'm not a huge
Well-
beer guy.
See, I didn't know that.
well, and also at the end of the day, like if he's charging anything, it's gonna be cheaper than just going and buying beer. Like one of my friends at work, she brews like ciders and stuff like that all the time, and she's just like, "Here you go."
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah, he just kind of gives them out. Although he is working on like deals to actually have his beer exist in places, which is cool.
No, fuck that. You know what's cooler? Bootlegging that shit.
I mean, yeah, getting it.
Tax free, baby. Fuck the IRS.
I don't know what the rules are about home brewing beer because like moonshine's obviously different because it's such a high
Liquor.
proof.
Well, yeah.
But beer, I don't think it matters, right?
That I guarantee you it does, because
It would matter if you were selling it.
Yeah, as long
Right,
as
like just making it. I
if
don't
it's
think
like
it
a
matters.
hobby, then I don't think it matters. But it's probably the same kind of deal as like it's like $600 or it's some amount of money. It's once you cross that
believe-
amount of sales in a year, you have to like report it.
I believe it's like I know for like marijuana, it's the intent to distribute, which is where they can get you with that.
But
So depends on the scale of this dude's operation.
is this assuming that marijuana is legal in wherever you're at?
Right. Sure.
Or,
Well, no, like still because the whole point of the government getting involved in you selling something, period, is so they can tax it.
Right.
Right.
Like they really don't give a fuck what it is. They just want to tax it. So it depends on the scale. Because if he's making like a lot of beer and selling it to like all his friends, because people buy a lot of alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Think about how much money that the greedy little government wants to get its stinky little.
So we
fingers
agree.
in.
You just have to have sold a certain amount a year.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of, if you make less than $600 doing anything, you don't have to report that on your
if you make less than $600 in a year, yeah, you don't. That doesn't matter. If you
Well, yeah,
make,
yeah, yeah.
but it's like 10,000 to 20,000.
I have no
don't know.
idea what the number is.
I don't know, but it's not $600. It's much more than that. But that you just, it's like 3,000 maybe.
Well,
Maybe
no, because
$3,000 or 10,000. I don't know what it is.
I worked a summer job advance and made like $540 something, or like just under $600 from that whole time working there, which was just like 3 weeks. And I got all the taxes I paid back. And I also know, because like from some OnlyFans experience, if it's $600, you will get all of your taxes refunded too.
Nice.
Okay, so I don't know if this is Mississippi specific, but it's the first thing that came up. Depending on your age, filing status, all that stuff, the gross income threshold for filing taxes is between 12,000 and 28,000. So like if you're under that, no. However, if you self-employ yourself, you're required to report your income and file taxes if you make $400 or more.
Gotcha.
Fuck taxes, bro. Why the fuck do they want some of that $400 so bad?
Dude, I throw back
get
to
it.
you like a week after, like because we did our taxes around the same time last year, and you like told me like a week after, like, forgot my Vans W-2.
Yeah. Never rectified
Yeah.
that, by the way.
Man just did not add a W-2 to his taxes.
Any other crimes you want to throw out there?
That's not a crime.
Tax fraud? Yeah.
It's not a. How is it fraud? They didn't give me my money back? The fuck? That's on them. The fuck?
Yeah, I guess I probably never care about that.
Yeah.
Also, if I seriously, I swear to God, I will tee off on that shit so much if I ever actually have to go to court for like the $530 some odd that the government taxed me for and then didn't pay me back. I think they're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I think it'll be. They have much bigger fish to fry than me.
Random guy versus IRS. Random guy found dead in a hole because the IRS always wins.
Yeah, they do. But I mean, they technically didn't lose anything in the first place. Like, they just gave them a little bit of extra money.
I feel like
I didn't ask for it back.
I feel like they should like
forgot about this.
shift their revenue of like coming after people with no money, and go after people that
Yeah.
like tax evade with like billions of dollars potentially.
Yeah, like, how the fuck is your like private helicopter a write-off?
I think it's the reason. Well, I'm sure that there's corruption reasons too, but I think a big reason why the IRS doesn't do it is lack of funding.
Oh, for sure.
Because
For
who,
sure. Yeah.
who wants to give money to the IRS?
Right. No, you 100% correct.
To be clear, Wes, the money that the IRS takes doesn't fund the IRS. Like, it funds the government, and then some of the government funds
Yeah.
the IRS.
To
But it's
be-
like in general.
To be clear,
Like you thinking about your brain. Like, what the fuck?
okay, so I don't mind taxes.
I don't.
I think they're very important. Okay, hear me out. I like the idea of taxes done well. I think
shit.
it should be like it should be divvied up based on your income, which is like obviously part of the way it is. But like okay, I'm gonna take any country in Europe as an example. I want universal health care. I'll pay more taxes so I don't have to pay random amounts of money at random intervals because I'm a sickly little boy.
Oh, you think that health and wellness shouldn't be a business?
That's crazy. Anyway, that's my
That's
like.
crazy. Continue.
That's
See, I don't know enough about all that to actually have an opinion. What
it
I
just-
do know is I don't mind taxes because I like having roads that work.
right.
Oh, so let's get started about roads that
We've
work.
already gone into your fucking toll tax.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
No. Okay, you know what? Fair play. They made a nice road. The road's great to drive on. I had to take the toll road recently because I was late, and it cut my drive in half. So, you know what? Fair play. But you know what's not fucking fair play? Road work in Texas. I live off of a road.
The state that we live in that's unnamed.
that we've never talked about
I
30
live-
times.
Shut the fuck up. I live off a road that has, no joke, been under the same construction in the same place for more than a year. And every time I drive on that road, it is worse than when I drove on it the last time.
So that is very city specific, those types of problems.
But
And I guess they sometimes can be state specific.
where's the money coming from? Where's the money coming from? Oh, someone enlighten me. No one can do it. Okay, it's the taxi.
Okay, my beef with taxes, it's how they're utilized. They could be
Yes.
utilized dramatically better than they are, and the fact that I'm paying for money to go into senators' pockets with their unlimited sick days and
Don't
easiest
you?
jobs in the world.
We need to
Yeah.
move on before I really end up on a list for real. I'm gonna just put it like this: don't trust the government, and that's the end of that story. Let's keep it moving.
Don't trust the government.
No, for real,
Yeah. Get out of your camera.
never
Up.
back it up.
So, I do want to talk about a trend that's been kind of surfacing recently. Um,
Is this a good
Raising
trend or a
people
bad
up?
trend?
I want to hear your thoughts on that first. So, the
Okay.
AI art trend that's been going on. So, obviously, there's been a lot of
Controversy.
controversy, and there have been a lot of utilizations of AI art.
Okay. I don't know anything about this.
So,
I know a little
it's-
bit.
I know of AI art. I don't know
essentially,
a bit of
AI
controversy.
art is about different programs that take in a bunch of different reference artwork so that they can spit out something that's like generated based on what you enter into. So I could say, I want to see a art piece of Ronald Reagan riding a bald eagle descending into the sun. And based on its reference images, it'll just like spit out something that looks similar to that.
Yeah.
So like, what are your thoughts on
Probably.
this?
Well, that's fine. What's the
The
controversy?
controversy
The
is the
controversy.
fact that it's taking away from artists and it's taking
Well,
credit from artists.
No, here's the bigger deal. It's never about that, right? Because AI art is still art. The thing is that a lot of to make AI, you have to give it a shit ton of information for it to be good, right? So basically, they just plugged in a bunch of people's work into
Right.
it without their permission or consent or
Okay.
knowledge of it.
Nope.
So,
I will be the 33% on this.
so
Because
you don't even know where I
every-
stand. I'm just elaborating you with the facts.
Okay. All right.
So that's the fact. It's like they did it without permission or consent. So what do
Okay.
you think? Where are you at?
That's stupid.
What you
And let
think
me
it's
tell you why.
bad?
No, it's stupid that people are mad about that. Every person who ever does art ever has seen art. If I start doing art now, it would be impossible. Even if up until this moment I had somehow never looked at art, I would have failed, and there is art. It's not possible to exist without seeing
Okay,
art.
but
And all of the art that you're seeing goes into your brain, and you will eventually, in some way, subconsciously, whatever, you'll develop whatever you're doing based on the things you've seen. That's how sight works. That's how brains work. So this is stupid because AI are doing the exact same thing that humans do. They're just doing it more efficiently.
so you're talking about referencing art, which is obviously okay, and it's like having something as like a foundation that you build off of is one thing. But there have been so many instances of artists being like someone will tweet a piece of art and it'll be like, look at this thing that I had this AI create. And then someone will be like, yo, this is like my exact piece that I created like 2 years ago, but you just added like a different shade. It's the same kind of thing as like stealing artwork on like Twitch, like people using other people's emotes and stuff like
Okay.
that.
A person taking credit for it as though they had done something creative or good, like that's a little
That
scummy.
is something that is happening a lot.
Literally, the AI creating art and like someone saying like, "Hey, look at this art that this AI created that I think is cool," and then someone else says, "Well, that looks like my piece." Who gives a fuck? It was an AI that made it. It was an AI that made it. I think that's stupid. I think that's so dumb. Especially, I do art. I don't sell it. I don't post it. I don't do any of that kind of shit. But I do art. If I saw an art piece that I had done that I'd worked very hard on that I'm very proud of, and an AI had like done something similar with like the style or the coloring or whatever, or like basically it's the same thing with like a couple things different, it would still be interesting. I'm not gonna get mad about it. What I would get mad about is if somebody said, "Hey, look, here's this art piece that I made, and it's the same thing exactly." That is different. But that exists everywhere. Like if it's a human copying a human trying to pass off that as their work, that's a problem that's existed forever.
I really
The AI
wish
has not changed that.
I wish we had like the ability to throw up like examples, so that way you could just be like, could all be on like the same page about it. 'Cause, like, Cameron hadn't seen shit about it. Glenn, I have probably seen different
I've seen like people will
instances.
do like a supercut or whatever of like the famous picture that's like the two somber looking farmers like staring off into the
American
distance.
Gothic.
That's the one, American
Yeah.
Gothic. I saw like somebody took like that and they were like AI fill in this portion and then fill in that portion and then fill in that portion and then it became bigger and it was in the same style. Like if people are looking at that and saying, "Well, that's a problem because that's ripping off of American Gothic." That's stupid because that would be saying, "Okay, every time that you take something like and put it in Photoshop and then change things about it. Like, hey, look at this cool change I made. It's like parody. You know what I mean? That all of this would be like, let's say that there was an AI that did Weird Al Yankovic's job, and then all the music artists were like, "Well, that's my song. That's what my song sounds like." Shut up. Shut up. Ugh. That's what I. Yeah. There you go. That's my take.
I know.
What's your take,
I
Glenn?
don't like it. It can be okay. But I think that it steals the work of artists, and I just can't get behind that.
I think it can be used that way. I think it doesn't by default.
Well, right. So it's used in a malicious intent. Sometimes it's used with no malicious intent. Sometimes I have problems with the people
Yeah.
that are using it for malicious intent.
Yeah. I mean, I think I could agree with that. Like anybody. Yeah, because that's just
Scummy.
that's scummy
Yeah.
theft. I think the existence of the technology is not a problem, but of course the way that people use it is going to be.
Right.
They
Yeah.
could use it poorly. I agree with that. I think that we agree in that
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. I just
I think
I have
it's cool.
multiple friends that like make most of their income off of like being an artist online, and that shit's rough.
Oh yeah, no, it's tough, really, really hard, unless you draw up furry porn, and then it's really
That's
easy.
true.
Yeah,
You got to find your demographic.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Gosh, dude. Shit. Making mid six figures off of furry porn.
Man, if only I was a better artist.
Get better.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty interesting though. I get both sides personally. Like it, yeah, like it is pretty fucking horrible if like have basically just outsource. It's basically outsourcing,
I think.
but
Sorry, continue.
it's just like I mean personally, I'm not really like it was only a matter of time before that shit happened anyway.
Yeah.
Like factory workers are all gonna be replaced by robots in the future.
I think my
So it's like the same. You have every right to be mad for sure, but there's not really anything you can do about it.
I think my main beef to respond to what you just said is that factories are made to build like a product, like a toothbrush or something like that.
So then, what is art if not a product that you buy?
Art is a product, but it removes the element of personality in it. And you go to an artist for their like style. It takes all style out of the equation, and it's just like there's no humanity
Well,
to
I
it.
think what you're trying to say is that somebody's programmed an AI to steal somebody else's style, and then they use that to make
Well,
money.
it's just amalgamation of a million different styles. I don't know. It takes the humanity out of art, which you can't fabricate it in the same way.
I
I think
don't think that art is an inherently human activity.
100%. I agree with
Why?
Cameron on that.
Nature.
Nature.
Humans did not make nature. Nature has inherent beauty, and we can view it as though it is art.
I think life is art in general. I think like the nature, the clouds, the way people interact with each other. Like art is such an abstract concept in general. It does not need to be defined by any medium,
Right. But I'm
like
not saying
anywhere.
art as a grand form, like all-encompassing statement. I'm saying it in the regard of this is
The
being made.
specific lens
Yes.
of okay.
But okay, so there's the art that humans make, and then there's all of the art that is not human made. This is just more art that's not human made. I see no problem with its existence.
So where's your beef? Where's your beef, Glenn? Can you be more specific? I'm kind of lost and need
It
a
seems in
It,
the in
refresh.
it's
the money
it,
loss and
it just hurts
stealing.
creators.
So
It
if
just hurts creators. That's all. That's the thing I'm beefing with.
right, okay. I don't disagree with that, and I don't like it either. But like I said, it was a matter of time before that shit happened. Like
Yeah,
it's Like there's not much you can do, unfortunately. What are you gonna be like?
I'm not saying that
So there's,
like it's something to be done about it. I'm just saying it sucks. It's just one of those things
it
where it's like
does.
the
Yeah,
nature of it sucks.
But I think so. Here's what I think. I think that it's gonna, in like, it's gonna. This is gonna be the cause of some great creativity.
mm,
Because I totally agree that like there is a certain lack of humanity, to things like especially art
Right.
when it's done by, like, okay, for a great example, that the sculpture, if you just look at the sculpture of itself as art, not the fact that it was created by a human, that sculpture that literally was just like doing like moving paint
Hmm.
around,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mm.
like there's no humanity in that at all. Like it's a great reflection and
Like, are you
commentary
talking
on
about like the
like,
leaking oil thing where it's like pulling the oil or whatever it is in?
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah. So like that's like a great thing, but it's like I don't know how I'm trying to
This
articulate what I'm trying to
is,
say.
I think, one of the first steps in money changing, because all of this is about money. If there was no money
Yeah,
in the equation, I don't think there would be a problem. I think that there would probably still be people who'd be like, "Well, it's not human art." But I think like the big problem is like where it's hurting people. It's hurting people their ability to make money.
financially.
Right. So I think you know the way that humans are advancing, if it were to continue from a technological standpoint in the direction that it is going, eventually robots would do everything, humans would have to do nothing, and money would have no purpose
Meaning,
because everything would be everything would be available to you. Like if you need art done, you don't need money to buy the art because an AI can do it for free. So that you get your free art. But then it would be the same thing with food because like farms would be run by AI and robots. So food would then the production of it would like boom. It would be widely available everywhere. You would it would there would be so much of it and it would be so quick to get around that it would cost nothing. And eventually money would be worthless, right? And so this is this sort of the idea of a utopian society that it can never
Wally.
exist. It's not possible because in order to get to that point, somebody's going to have to decide, well, I'll be just on the same level as everyone else instead of being in the elite, which that won't happen. But if it were to happen, this is just like the first sort of stage of it. Things that cost money currently to create will just not cost money because it can be done for free. So it's unfortunate that that's happening in a way that is hurting current artists. However, it is inevitable given our technological advancements.
Yeah, I do want to say I think it's sleazy and I think it's fucked up.
Yeah, like
Like me,
yeah.
me personally, I'm only gonna buy human art.
Well, I will never intentionally buy AI art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like that it takes the passion out of it and the creativity. Because like no matter like there have been so many people saying like, "Oh, this is my AI art. It's just as creative as human art." Well, it's like, okay, you said I had this idea and I want to enter in words and then something else created it for me. That's not the creativity. You have to like creativity
you're
is
right.
like doing it, having an idea and then executing it and then it
Mm-hmm.
will evolve as you do it inherently.
Yeah, I'll agree that the creativity aspect is out of it because machines obviously don't think that way. However, it can still have beauty. I
Well,
think
yeah,
it doesn't
that's not
have
my
to have
argument
the
though.
yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, we've already established that no matter what it is, it's art. No
Yep.
matter who does it, it's art. So
Anyway,
it's
Really
just
interesting.
I just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on that because it's been
yeah.
circulating with increasing frequency recently. There's like a trend going on now to like have like enter in a bunch of pictures of yourself and have that spit out
Mm.
like a profile avatar for yourself, which like
Ooh,
I think that's cool, but
interesting.
it's like I don't know. I don't want to support it for the reasons I specified
Yeah,
earlier. Yeah.
yeah. No, I mean, if I play a lot of D&D and we have D&D characters. Anytime that I have had like, oh man, it would be really cool to have like art of this character, I'll go to
Yeah.
Fiverr and I'll pay for an artist. I'm not gonna go and try to spit stuff into an AI and see what I get.
Well, it's because like I feel like you recognize like you would be getting something that has the humanity of it, the aspect in it. Like you want something that feels more
That
personal.
yeah, for me that's in the same vein of like I'm not gonna. Less often I'll go to a McDonald's
Mm,
and more often I'll go to a local burger
Mhm.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I think with art specifically, I think that all art is subjective, right?
Yeah.
Everyone will see something different. So I think that no matter what or who creates it, you can. It depends on the eye of the beholder who sees what in it. So I can't think. I don't believe that you can say that an AR like certainly it is possible, but I don't think that you can say all AI art lacks something or lacks like humanity. Now that I really think about it, because it can still from what it's seen, it can still like emulate it. You know
It's
what I
just
mean?
diluted though.
I mean, yeah, but you cannot say that all art that it's made is like that. You know what
I
I'm saying?
can
Does that
though.
like does it make sense? Like you don't have to agree, but do you
I
understand what I'm
understand what
saying?
you're saying, and I don't agree because no matter what it is, it's basing it off of someone else's creativity, which is
Okay.
itself just diluted because it's taking a like.
But there at the same to that point, there's nothing new under the sun, though.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like referencing something is fine. It's like, oh, I have this idea, but like
Well, then what's the
it's the creative
difference?
process. There's no creative process for the AI. It's just
Well, so then what's the creative process of the person who makes the same flavor of art every time, just
it's
with
their
different
own spin.
colors?
It's their own style. It's their own something.
Yeah, but couldn't you argue that it's the AI's own spin?
No, because it
Why?
saw what someone else has done a million times, and all the different
Yeah,
like.
but yeah, but it's still not doing the same thing as that other person, is it? Though it's still
Yeah, wait,
different.
because this is the same thing that I was saying. If a person has seen lots of
Mhm.
art, there's only so many ways to draw a line. So whose style are you stealing when you draw that line? Or is it just the things that you have learned that have caused you to grow in a certain way? AI, it's learned everything and it's grown in every way. So it would be impossible for it to create something without like quote unquote stealing, but it's also impossible for humans to create something without quote unquote stealing because
I think
it's been done in some kind of way before.
we should put a pin in this whole conversation and let it kind of brew and bubble up a little
And
more.
think on it and maybe come back later.
Yeah, because it's super interesting because I don't know, I just want to see where it goes, but I do want to stick on the topic of art because I painted a painting.
He painted a
But we should.
painting.
I did. I have to go get it. But
Okay.
and it's not good. Feel free to laugh at it.
I will.
I just did it as in like when you go to therapy and they're like, draw how you feel or whatever.
Yeah.
That's basically what I did.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go and get it. It will have a sister painting in the future,
Okay.
Cool.
but for now it is just a standalone. So you
All right.
guys continue to talk
We'll
about.
pause. We'll pause. Pause.
High five. Back up.
Unpause. Show us your
Yeah.
painting.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After the conversation we just had,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's really not like positive at all.
How?
Bro, what?
I had
is
what?
it?
I had a
Did
really
you
rough
paint where
week.
the
Well,
bad man
okay,
touched you? What did?
no, but it's just not like
It's a self-portrait of him holding a gun against
it
the
is a
John
self.
government.
No, it is a self portrait though, and it's not good. You can laugh because
All
Show us.
right. Show the
shut
art.
the fuck up, robot
Reveal
lover.
art.
I painted this in half an
That
hour.
looks almost like a charcoal
Um,
painting.
Yeah, so it's designed
Yeah.
like that. I'm going to explain what I did, so that way it'll
Uh-huh.
make sense because I don't trust you guys to pick up on it.
That's
Okay,
valid.
hold on.
That's very valid.
What do you mean? What you did? Like what is
Like-
it
Symbolism
artistically
and
supposed
stuff.
to say?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically this I have had like trouble my whole life believing in myself in general and seeing that I can like seeing is believing and accomplishing shit. And basically this is painting about self-love and how I lack that a lot of the time. Because obviously like he doesn't have any eyes, so he can't see. He
Yep.
can't see that he has a big crown on his head. Like he can't see or he's refusing to see the good within himself. Obviously, he wants to shine, but he can't. I just did that because I thought it was funny because it's a blue heart and I've got the blues. I had the blues at the time. But, like, it's also like he can't see, and I made all of this fuzzy because I don't have a concrete concept of my own personal self.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I have this belief that I can be, like, a great person. And the red is obviously because I'm angry that I can't see it. But that's what it's about. And then the sister painting is going to be a much more positive, happy painting.
Yeah.
In one of the few rare instances where I actually get to like see that in myself,
Yeah.
which is something I'm working on. But I found this whole exercise because I used to be the type of person who was like, this is fucking dumb. I don't want to fucking do it. It's stupid and it's silly. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Paint how you feel and see if it helps you feel better and go to sleep. And it did
I
help.
I very much appreciate
I
that art.
do as well. I like it a
I
lot.
I like
And I
that
like the
piece
idea
a
of
fair amount.
doing a sister painting when you are in
It,
the better headspace.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just comparing the two, I feel like that'll be very good as well for like looking back.
Hmm.
So I painted this at the same time. My girlfriend was doing a project for one of her classes, which was also painting. First off, the only reason I started painting in general because she had a paint knife, and I
Oh,
wanted
like
to
the
just,
scrapey.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And I was having a blast with that, and I was like, okay, let me actually like try.
Hmm.
Obviously, if I had better technical ability, that could obviously be like a really good painting. But that's like saying, if water's wet, it wouldn't be dry. So it's redundant. Sorry for saying that. But um, if my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
Dude,
Dude,
I fucking
oh,
love that
I
video.
love
Oh my god.
that.
But this actually like opened this whole conversation, and she was like, I don't know, she was really proud of me, and she was like, she said that she really liked it, even though it like it's not the best art in the world, but because it had so much like emotion and meaning behind it, and I told her like that's the whole point of art to me at least. Art
Hmm.
is the ability to convey an emotion or elicit an emotion without the use of words
Yes.
or stuff like that. And she was like, I want to be able to do stuff like that. And I was like, you literally can. You've never tried because you always have to do something for a project, something with a rubric. And I told her for Christmas that what I want her to do is, and we can like sit down and do it together, like paint in the same room, just not
Hmm.
looking at each other's paintings. Because I'll show you some of her shit in the future because it's on display right now.
Yeah.
Um, Her technical ability with a paintbrush and with pen and with paper, charcoal, whatever,
Yeah.
is ludicrous.
I know.
It's insanely
I've
good.
seen some of it.
Yeah,
The
and I sent you.
detail is crazy. The
Yeah, like
just control.
yeah, and she did like a portrait of Lana Del Rey that looks like almost like a photograph.
Oh
Like
yeah, that
obviously
was
she
really
still
cool.
has some room to improve,
Sure.
but she's already like at a place where if she and I told her I was like you don't know how to or you're choosing not to, and this is what I believe. I don't think she's choosing to actually like open herself up and put something that you think is embarrassing onto a canvas or onto a paper. And I
Yeah.
told her the second you figure that shit out, you're literally gonna make a lot of fucking money because she is so fucking talented. Like there's yeah, you can be like, oh damn, you can draw really well, but like yeah, it's cool, but like create something unique that is specific to you. Make me feel how you felt when you created the work.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for her to like produce some shit like that, and I'm gonna make her do it because people love to live in their comfort zone, but you can't let your comfort zone kill you.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm very proud, both of my painting and of her, but I really want to see like I low-key want us all to do this. 'Cause I think it's like just fun to paint.
To draw in
Obviously,
general, or do like the paint what you feel kind of thing.
paint what you feel. And I
Yeah.
if you're listening or watching, give it a shot. Like you don't have to paint. Just like draw. It doesn't have to be good. You don't have to show it to anybody.
Hmm.
But just like put how you feel in anything but words.
Yeah. That is something that I briefly did in college. But I was also in not a great headspace in college, so the stuff that I was producing was not good stuff. So I would love to take a crack at that again now, and see what kind of comes of it, because I think that is very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So that's what kind of why I wanted to bring it up because like art was not it's like gravity with Isaac Newton. Gravity had always been around until somebody fucking defined it. Art has
Hmm.
always been around until humans defined it. So
Yeah.
that's I don't know, it's just really interesting to me the whole concept of this big what do you call it? Argument. It's not like it's
Controversy.
more than an argument. Yeah, controversy is a good word with this AI stuff because like and I don't know, it's just super interesting to think about. It's really fun to chew on. We're definitely gonna touch back on it.
Yeah.
We'll put a note in right now actually, but I'm really curious to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Damn, somebody's riding their hog.
Yeah. They're loud.
But yeah, it's fun. And I really like I'm a very busy person, as these two will nod their head in agreement, because I've been very distant to the sheep.
I was expecting to be called a good boy.
I'm actually, oh my god, I can't wait to do this. Human beings are so fucking gullible. Um, oh, it's so crazy. I need to do it in person though, but
Okay.
it'll probably work. I'm not gonna do it over here because like just in person it works so much better.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't know, it's just fun. You guys should do it. Try it. Like even if it's in Microsoft Paint, it's just fun to like make shit. And it
Yeah.
also reminded me, like, personally, like I said, oh, I remembered what I was saying. Oh my god, you guys should applaud. Um, I am a very creative individual, and a lot
Yes.
of I never get to exercise that creativity. And I really should more because, like, I've got like 2 or 3 rolls of film that I need to go get developed because I like taking pictures and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
even if you don't think you're a creative person, I think that there is something to giving it a shot. 100%. Like,
Yeah.
it don't worry about being good or being better than somebody else. Worry about making it mean something to you.
I
That's all
agree
that
with
really
this.
matters.
And this could be funneled into any form, right? Because like a lot of people will think like, oh, I don't really even enjoy drawing. It's like, what's the point? Well, maybe you enjoy baking, or I like making cocktails a lot. I think making cocktails is a really interesting form of self-expression. One of my biggest ways to that I do art is coding. Straight up, I love coding stuff and like different applications or whatever, like different things that just do some menial task or whatever. That is something that to me, it's such a weird form of art, but to me it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's not like broadly accepted.
No, no. Well, you know, you look at the finished product of an application, and you're like, okay, yeah. So you type in this number and that number, and it outputs that number. Like it's a calculator,
Yeah.
sure. But to me, it's
It's
like
beautiful.
I look in at the code, and I'm like, okay, well, how did let's say I'm looking at somebody else's. How did they accomplish this? Oh, that's a really interesting way to use that particular piece of code. Like I wouldn't have thought of that. Or
Right.
like if you struggle really hard and you come up with a solution to a crazy problem, and it's like you get to delete like a giant block of code that's now reduced to like 2 lines. That is just in
Well,
my
yeah,
mind.
it's
Oh,
like,
it's so beautiful.
is literature art too? And obviously,
Yeah.
I said earlier that, art is the ability to elicit emotion without words, but you can use words as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's the difference between giving somebody a short dump via text versus creating literature.
right. And I think Glenn will agree that literature is 100% art because number one Lord of the Rings stand.
Nobody
true.
has consumed more literature in this, I think, than Glenn.
No one has consumed more Lord of the Rings content than Glenn.
There are a few that can combat.
Rival his fucking knowledge. He is the lexicon. J.R.R. Tolkien. Fucking encyclopedia.
That's right. Tell your friends. That's what I.
And
About
family.
J.R.R.
Or
Tolkien.
Tolkien. Yeah, see what your friends and family think about AI art. It can be the start the political debate at your Christmas dinner.
Make your holidays miserable with AI art.
I like to speed run it actually.
Well, somebody always does, don't they?
Yeah.
Because it's always like that that one relative, and as soon as I say that, the people listening and watching will be like, "Yep,"
Yep.
and then they're always just like, they're just the wooden spoon of the family. They just like to stir the pot. They don't even really have an opinion, and they're just like, "What about them gays or whatever?" And then the shit just starts, right?
The fun
And
time.
I think that's fucking funny. But yeah. That's why
So-
our group dynamic is so interesting to me because Glenn is very, very logical, very based in reality, very
And based.
reasonable.
True.
In
What can
general.
I say?
Yeah, very cringe too.
Well,
The duality
thanks.
of man.
Glenn is like a lollipop where the first time you lick it, based. The second time you lick it, cringe.
Yeah, how many licks does it take to get to the cringe?
Not that many.
No, Glenn's actually not that cringy.
Thanks.
Cameron is So Glenn is at this end of the spectrum. Cameron's sort of in the middle. He has the ability to be very reasonable, be very logical and
I
mathematical.
can be reasonable. I elect not to most of the
Shut
time.
up. You hookers always cut me off in the middle of my fucking sentences. That shit pisses me off. But Cameron also has the ability to be abstract, you know, and like emotional. And I'm not saying Glenn can't be emotional, but like, yeah, he's about to cry right now. Shitty little baby.
That's me. Same one.
More artistic, right? And then I am the one with my head in the fucking clouds, can never string two coherent sentences together, like can't articulate what I'm thinking, and I'm much more of a feeler and like a emotional person, which that's why our group dynamic is so like it fucking rules.
Yeah.
We have literally a little bit of everything, and yeah. Lick our nuts, buddy.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Yeah. That is a very accurate, I think, description of our dynamic. What's so interesting about it, and I think why it works so well, is that any two people in this group connect really well. Because, like, you two connect very well in, like, an opposites attract kind of way. You know what I mean? And then y'all's interests are aligned, so then you can have, like, you can talk about whatever. Right. Yeah, it's like you never have nothing to talk about. And then me with either of the two of you, either I'm connecting with your logical side or I'm connecting with your creative side or whatever. And then, again, mutual interests. So it's like, we're very fortunate that none of our personalities clash with any of the other personalities.
Yeah, we are all type B people.
Hell yeah. I
Yeah.
will take the back seat to anybody.
Fucking.
I don't hate type A people. Type A people rub me the wrong fucking way.
Just
Anyway.
a bunch of betas in a fucking Discord call.
Bunch of Sigma males.
Why are you smoldering?
But yeah, so actually, being based and being cringe, let's talk about Spotify rap.
Oh, okay. I think this is actually a great, because we're nearing time. I think this is a great thing to wrap up on. I love Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah, what was yours like?
I am the number 1 fan of Muse in the world. The band Muse. I love them. They
Were
are
you
fantastic.
like 0.005%?
0.5, just 0.5.
I was 0.005.
I was only 0.5
Of
as well.
who?
Cortex.
Cortex.
Yeah, it's
I don't know who that is.
Here. Glenn, talk about yours while I look up the blurb on Cortex and Spotify to
Okay.
Mine was
adequately describe the type of music.
very all over the place.
You were the #1 listener of Corpse,
yeah,
right?
I was 0.5% on Corpse.
Yeah.
But it was that and Arctic Monkeys and
Arctic Monkeys
they
fucking
really do.
cool.
Who else was it? Oh, Mr. Kitty. Like him a lot.
Shame.
Who's that?
He's I think I've showed you After Dark. That's like just it's very chill. When I showed it to you, it was like this is what I listen to when I drive around at night.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, what were the other ones? I can't hold on. Cameron Phil.
Well, yeah, I got it. So mine, obviously, like I listen to Muse a lot, but I also like Shinedown is a big
Yeah.
one. The Struts, I love the Struts.
Huh.
What a fun band.
I found the
Oh,
rest of
Probably
mine.
some
So
Fuck up.
Bill Eyelid was in mine as well, and then
really.
Yasuhara Takanashi, my boy. He did the Naruto soundtrack.
Anime must have been one of your top 5
Yeah.
genres.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, here I will let me procure my shit. But Cortex is basically they're a band from the 70s and they do like this very jazz inspired like kind of at the time it would have been like club music.
Yeah.
Basically to describe it, it's really good elevator music.
Sick.
Oh, what, like bossa nova type or just?
I'll send you some tracks and you'll fucking dig them.
Yeah, send me some tracks.
Yeah, my top genres: rap, underground, hip hop, indie pop, rock, and alternative hip hop, which is they go hand in hand because Cortex, that album that was my #1 album of the year, is the most sampled album in hip hop of all time.
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting.
I
Yeah.
have beef with
But,
Spotify
yeah.
because they did like your moods over the course of the day, and my morning is
Yeah.
angst, sad boy, empowering.
Yeah.
Speak quieter, Spotify. Not so
Yeah, well,
loud.
mine was stupid
I
anyway.
hate the diction they used because mine was like your morning was hype lit fun, your afternoon was really lit, yeah, and your evening was turn up lit, fam.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck up. I listen to like the music. I don't like listening to like sad music unless I'm feeling sad. So
Yeah.
I will listen to music that like literally makes me move to keep me
Right.
going throughout the day. Because like my girlfriend, her fucking sad girl, sad girl, sad girl,
Yeah.
fucking cubed, bro. Like all the time. Don't blame her for the shit that's gone on, but like, how do you listen to the sad shit all the time? I
Yeah.
don't get it because it makes me just feel I'm
I don't
sad.
listen to any of the same stuff all the time. I almost exclusively listen to mix playlists with other people. Like, almost to the exclusion of any other music. I
Cameron, do we
very
have a
rarely will put on
blend?
something. We do have a blend, and I don't like it. I try to listen to it every now and then, but man, we have some very different tastes in
Yeah, we
music.
do. I'm not mad at all.
Here's a fun thing to do. Everybody,
Build a bomb.
you have, this is for the two of y'all. You have one opportunity. Pick one song that you want everybody to go listen to.
Oh, I'm gonna need a minute.
Yeah, take
Okay,
take
and
a
you
minute.
you have to pick it out of your top 100 just to make it faster.
I know mine already.
Okay, well then what's yours?
Mine is "Sassy" by Kurt Elling. It is a
Did you
jazz.
send me that?
I did
Yeah,
send
you
you
did
that.
yeah, I
I
liked it.
love that song. His flow is so crazy, and it is just the track behind it is just gorgeous. So everybody at home, "Sassy" by Kurt Elling. This podcast is about to end. When it does, throw on that song, and then the next two after that.
I'm gonna go with something that I feel like most people won't know because my other picks I feel like a lot of people will know. Um, so I'm gonna stick to the top album of the year for me.
Okay.
And I want you guys to listen to a song called hold on, I just had it here. Shit, oh, it's in French.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go to Google Translate and let her say it.
C'est l'été.
Mm.
Les incendies.
Oh, I guess
Huh?
you speak fluent
No.
French.
I do speak
It's-
French. Je m'appelle Camel.
Chanson d'un jour d'hiver by Cortex.
Can you show me the text of that?
Yes.
Here we go. Chanson d'un jour d'hiver.
And so actually, so I did not know what that meant. And I actually have a coworker who's from the Ivory Coast of Africa, and she speaks French,
Les Côtes d'Ivoire.
and she has like an accent, which is both like she's got both like a French accent and an African accent.
Aw, dude, that is
Yeah, she's
peak.
her name's Dominique,
Ah,
and I refrain 100% of the time from calling her Dami Mommy,
Why your friend?
because we all call her Dami or Domi. But
so
yeah,
what does it
she's-
mean?
The Song of a Winter Day, or something like.
That's lovely.
I can't find. Wait, chanson d'une. What was this? What was the?
Do you want a
there it
link,
is.
Cameron?
Jour d'Ivoire. Oh yeah, it's also by Cortex. I see. I got it.
Yeah, I sent you, or I
No,
don't
don't play
know.
now.
Yeah, I did send you the whole album.
Okay.
Mine. Shut up. Mine would be "More" by KDA.
Send me that.
I don't know. Maybe. It's
You two, and me share music. So I'm like, oh, a treat whenever one of you.
because our tastes differ pretty extremely.
Yeah, I feel like you guys think that I listen to like obnoxious hip hop all the time, and that's not always true.
I know you don't.
Yeah, I listen to
No,
some shit.
the things that you listen to and the things that I listen to, it's like the
Venn diagram
The closest thing that we are on that like is right in there.
is anything jazz influenced is in that middle.
Jazz.
Yeah.
Jazz is in there, and punk is close. There are some punk
Yeah.
things that I kind of like, but not most of it. I would say you like most of it. I don't like most of it.
I have a very specific taste in punk. I like pop
Yeah,
idols. That's like realistically the only two punk things that I listen to. There's a lot out there.
I like the one song by Pup. The
DVP,
yes.
the Hawaiian Punch, yeah.
Wait, no.
You know,
Hawaiian Punch.
get drunk and I can't shut up. Ooh, you know that one?
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah, that one fucking rules, dude. I
Yeah.
love that shit.
I love that one.
The other one I like is just because there's a lyric. Well, I like the whole song. The instrumental's great, but there's a lyric in there. He says, "With one foot in the gutter and the other in the grave."
Ooh,
Yeah,
wow.
and also there's like a little interlude in that song where he's like, "I'm just surprised the grown man is sick of the world is sick of grown men whining like children. You shouldn't take it so seriously. It's just music after all."
That is a very you lyric.
Yeah.
But yeah, pup fucking rules. I'm going to need to call Cal and make him take me to a pup concert because I'm trying to get in a mosh pit.
Yeah. Be
Definitely.
careful about mosh pits, bro. Straight
Bro,
up, they are
I'm-
dangerous.
Yeah, okay, think about it. I don't think you're not you know what a mosh pit is, but I don't think you've ever seen one. I've seen them, and
I
it's
have not seen
always a bunch of like 500-600-pound dudes. So
Yes.
if I go in there as a 6 foot 175-pound motherfucker, I'm breaking noses, and I don't give a fuck.
So you're who
guys can
people
watch
tell
out.
others to watch out for.
I'm gonna be throwing bows, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I want to run people over. Catharsis for a day. And then people, it's so strange. People will come out of a mosh pit with broken bones and bloody noses, and they're like, "Fuck yeah!"
Ah, that's wild to me. That is such a
I think
culture
it's-
that I will never be a part of.
I feel like you should go just to see what it's like. Have you ever been to like in the pit, like, or like ground floor standing at a concert?
I have
Either of you?
exclusively been to mom rock concerts.
And Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah, I would love to go see them.
Yeah, they fucking rock live, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
but I want you to hold me. So yeah, that's the three. Sassy by Kurt Elling, Chanson de Jour de Vie that by Cortex, and More by KDA. Listen to those. I'm sure they're great.
Very different vibes.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. This has been a festive
Oh
episode
yeah.
featuring no talk about holidays or Christmas at all.
Or
We'll
Jews.
save that for our next festive episode.
Go enjoy art. Goodbye.
Support local artists, support local burgers, and rizz up your grandmama.